Hi, I'm Audra, and today we're going to make a trendy, quick sew accessory great for all ages. Welcome to the Sallie Tomato YouTube channel. If you're new to sewing or like to make fashion-forward bags at home, the Sallie Tomato YouTube channel is the place for you to create confidently. Our free hair bow pattern is the perfect on-trend, dainty accessory that can be made to match all styles. This project is the perfect beginner project and finishes with a clean, store-bought look without any exposed raw edges. The finished size is 7.5 inches wide by 7.5 inches high. Features of this pattern are that it is beginner-friendly, a low-sew project with a comfortable design, concealed raw edges, and is suitable for a variety of fabric options. See the description below to get a link to all the pattern information. All of the supplies you need are listed inside the pattern itself. This project is suitable for nearly any fabric, which is truly how you can make it customizable to you and your fashion style. Fabrics such as light faux leather, denim, cottons, canvas, velveteen, satin, pretty much anything you can think of is perfect for this pattern. Once you decide on your fabrics, gather your pattern pieces, gather your supplies, and cut your pieces according to the pattern. We're ready to get started. Supplies for this project include a hair tie, a pair of scissors, sewing clips or pins depending on your fabric, a turning tool, and an iron or seam ruler, also depending on your fabric. For your fabric, per the cutting instructions, you'll want 2 piece A, 2 piece B, and 1 piece C. With right sides together, fold each piece A bow in half, aligning the short ends. Pin or clip, then sew together, following the raw edges with an 1/8 inch seam allowance, leaving an opening for turning. Position the turning opening along the short end. It will be encased at a later step. Turn each bow right side out, shaping the corners with a turning tool. Because I'm using quilting cottons and it presses up so nicely, I'm taking this opportunity to tuck in the unfinished opening and pressing it so it's nice and easy to top stitch in the next step. Top stitch or hand stitch closed. I'm going to chain piece these openings closed because this end will be tucked in and unseen in the finished product. With right sides together, fold each piece B tail in half, aligning the long edges. Pin or clip, then mark and trim one short end of each tail at an angle. For my ankle marking, I'm just gonna pick an angle that feels appropriate for me or the style I'm making. What I am gonna make sure of though is wherever that angle ends, it gives me enough seam allowance that I don't end up with an opening when I flip it right side out. Sew together, following the raw edges with an 1/8 inch seam allowance, leaving the short straight end unsewn for turning. At this point, I'm gonna put my needle down on my desired angle, turn my fabric, and then sew the diagonal line off of the edge of the folded tail. Turn each tail right side out, shaping the angled ends with a turning tool. Press the seam flat using your fingers, seam roller, or iron. If your fabric is heat sensitive, use your fingers for a softer pressed edge. Use an iron set at the appropriate temperature for your fabric for crisp edges. With right sides together, fold piece C, center wrap in half, aligning the long edges. Pin or clip, then sew together along the long raw edge with an 1/8 inch seam allowance, leaving the short ends unsewn for turning. Turn right side out, centering the seam as the back of the center wrap. Place each bow right side up with the top stitched opening ends next to each other. The seam ends will be at the center of the hair bow. Position one tail on one bow with the longest edge 1/4 inch from the seamed end of the bow, and the raw end of the tail 1/2 inch up from the bottom bow edge. Pin in place, then top stitch 1/8 inch from the raw tail end. Repeat this step to position the remaining tail on the remaining bow. Sew the assembled right and left bow units together in the center by overlapping the seamed edges in 1/8 inch and top stitching through all layers. Or place the seamed ends tightly next to each other and zigzag over abutting edges. Fold a pleat at the center of the bow, encasing the unfinished edge of each tail. Stitch across the pleat at the center through all layers to secure. Thread an elastic hair tie onto the center wrap. Fold the center wrap over the elastic and the bow center with the wrap seam side out. Pin the center wrap at the desired tightness. Slide the center wrap off the bow and top stitch the center wrap at the pin position, creating a loop. Trim the seam allowance to 1/4 inch and turn the wrap right side out. Slide the center wrap over the bow and hand sew into place at the back of the bow. It just takes a little bit of fluffing to make sure all your fabrics are laying like you'd like them to, and you have a beautiful hair accessory. I hope you enjoyed making this hair bow pattern. I would love to get your feedback. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please share and show off your photos of your completed project. We'd love to see your style. Use the hashtag SallieTomato on social media so we can see it. If you like this video, make sure to give it a like or subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll check out our pattern line for so many more creative projects. See you next time.